Hey everybody, welcome to the hot seat, your Thursday night must-see TV, computer, whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys for all being here tonight. Sorry we're running a little bit late. You know, technical issues. You know, that's what happens when you're doing some live TV. So I really appreciate it that you guys stuck with us through this. I think I've seen Keith Bettag already keeping score. We got 40 in the chat already, so welcome everybody. I will do my best to shout everybody out as we go, but I do want to kind of get started. But thank you all for being here. Really, really excited to be talking to Sandy tonight. Keith Bettag just said congratulations on the 5K. Thank you, sir. I'm very excited to be there. I got to tell you, I was having some straight anxiety about it. I don't know why, you know, but we're there. I'm excited. Technical issues, code for spilled drink. Not this time, Gene, not this time. But so thank you guys for the congrats and all that stuff. I see someone just questioned in the chat, is that Johnny Mags? Yes, it is. My co-host with the most, who can never, ever, ever be replaced. Ever. Don't be flipping pins. No one can ever replace Kent, all right? But Kent is at a baseball game for his son. Thank you, Hope Matthews. I see you in there. But we have Johnny Mags helping me out tonight. He is an old seasoned pro at talking, and because he has his own podcast, Pit Life BBQ podcast. Jason, if you will, put the link in the chat. My Backyard Life, how you doing? Good to see you in there. No, I was not in the bathroom. All right. So Johnny Mags is going to be keeping track. So put any questions to @Pit Life BBQ. Is it Pit Life BBQ podcast or just Pit Life BBQ?
It should be just Pit Life BBQ.
All right, cool. You guys fight through his accent if you can. He doesn't use R's in Massachusetts, so we'll go from there. Or New Hampshire, wherever you're from. Wherever you're from, it's wicked awesome.
Boston.
All right. All right, cool. I got everybody's names in here. We'll get through as much as possible. I want to shout out my moderators first. We got Dan from SmokeyGoodness in the house. Leprechaun's in there. Josh and Babe are driving right now, so be careful while you're driving. They're heading back up to Reading. Keith Bettag is always just keep a score. And Easy Bake Barbecue Jason will be putting the links in the chat. So thank you, moderators. Appreciate you guys for real. All right, Sandy, I'm going to get to you in a hot second, but I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. So let's go. Deep breath in. All right. Oh, yeah, and Hobo's here. Sorry. I thought you wanted me to take away your wrench. No, Hobo, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate all this that you've given to me. You're the man, dude. And the Crocs and black socks, you ever cut that out of video again, I will find you. You leave those on and wear them like a true G. All right, deep breath. Off the Walls Barbecue, Oso's Barbecue, Mega Fred Zeppelin's in the house, Bushi Beto's in the house, Jace Mills, I already said Keith Bettag, Rick's Barbecue, and Blackstone, Jim EQ in there, Stephen Mans, GT Barbecue, Jacqueline and Dad, the Godfather T-Roy Cooks. How you doing, sir? See here, Monica Rodriguez, Jim from Suburban Barbecue, 1984 Barbecue. Okay, one more beer, which is a great name. Very cool. Jean Marie Matthews in the house. That's Alden's wife. See here, Eastwind Barbecue, Austin Dudley, Mike Tabor, Robert Bosch, Joe's Smokehouse and Barbecue, which is Little Joe. Chef Johnny's in the house. Chef Johnny, how you doing, brother? Canadian Jim's in there. Dad Incredible. Blue Smoke Barbecue. Yoakum is in the house. General Diamond. Let's see here. All right. Very cool. General Diamond. Delana, how you doing? All right. If I missed you, I'm going to catch you on the next round, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I see Shane. See the grumpy old gringo. How you guys doing? Thank you. I appreciate the congrats on the 5K. Hoping that leads to 10K pretty soon. And I will be doing a giveaway at some point soon. I got a few items that we're going to do and have a good time with it. All right. So let me introduce our guest tonight. We have Sandy from Jus Piddlin BBQ. Sandy, would you say hi to the people real quick?
What's up, guys? Appreciate all of you coming in and joining us tonight. It's going to be a good time.
Right on, right on. Luis Calamitos, Midas. You know, I'm going to butcher that every time. Welcome, welcome. Washington County News Station. How you doing? Oh, goodness. Sometimes I just got to take a breath. Sandy, what do you got in that big dog cooler you got going on there?
I have got we've been doing a little bit of the keto type stuff here lately and trying to lose a few of these pounds that I put on. And so I've got a little Michelob Ultra Fusion with a little prickly pear and the old Brewmate tonight.
I love that. Thing's huge.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Right on, right on. I definitely need to think about doing some keto here pretty soon, but ain't gonna happen. Anyway, let's see here. Big Cat 305, how you doing? Ken Vaughn, how you doing, brother? Thank you, thank you. I think I got everybody real quick. All right, you know what, Johnny Mags, let's put you to work right quick. What's the super shot price tonight?
$22.99.
You heard it here first, guys. $22.99. Get you a super shot. Everybody's participating tonight. So, you know, appreciate you guys doing that. It's always good fun. Sandy's ready. He's got his Michelob Ultra for shots. Jimmy Q says he's keto for life. Good for you, brother. All right, Sandy, are you ready for these hard-hitting questions? These deep dive. Sandy? You there, Sandy? Don't tell me we lost our guest already. Is it me, Johnny, or is it him?
I think it's him.
All right. Sandy, I hope you can still hear us. Let's maybe you could refresh. I don't want to kick you out because I don't want to screw this up. Let's see here. What's a super shot? Mike Tabber. So we have super chats when we go live if you're monetized, right? Well, a few months back, we had we had a guest on that was a little bit nervous of being on here, and she asked that we take a shot. There you go, Sandy. How you doing?
All right. Lost you guys for a minute.
All right. Well, at least you're in there. That's cool. Yeah, I don't want to kick him out. So anyway, I'm explaining the super shots real quick.
Okay.
So the guest wanted to take a shot before we got going. So we obliged because we're good, true gentlemen. You know, if a woman wants to take a shot with you, you got to take a shot, right? And then maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, Hobo, I think it was Hobo, put like $10 in the super shot or super chat and said, "Drink up, fuckers." So that was where hashtag super shots came about. And of course, our man T-Roy Cooks got us going already. Cheers, T-Roy. Are you ready for your first super shot there, Sandy?
Let's do it.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, T-Roy.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, T-Roy. Appreciate it. I'm rocking a little Pendleton tonight with a little bit of 7-Up. I'm trying to cut back the whiskey so much so I can get through the whole interview. I see here. I see Miss Booger's in the chat. Thank you for being here, Miss Booger. Appreciate it. Smokey King, barbecue tips and recipes is in there. Think I got everybody, but if I didn't, I'm sorry. All right, Sandy, you ready for the hard-hitting questions?
Let's do it.
All right, brother. Excuse me. Where are you from? Where do you reside?
Well, I was born in Gallatin, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and moved to Georgia when I was about 6 years old. My daddy, he got a job down here in Georgia, so we moved and graduated high school from Hawkinsville High School. Took a few college classes, partied a little bit too hard, got jobs, and then in '98 joined the Marine Corps. Stayed in the Marine Corps from '98 to 2001. Got out and thought I was going to be smart and use my GI Bill to get a college degree in education, and so that's what I did. And my job actually brought me here to Claxton, Georgia. So that's where we are now, the fruitcake capital of the world in Claxton, Georgia.
That's awesome. I'm sorry we were going a little bit fast, but we did talk about you being a vet. So thank you for your service, Sandy. Everybody in the chat, give them a high five in there.
Appreciate you, brother.
All our vets that come on, and obviously all in the world. So thank you so much. It's very cool. So Georgia, are you a Bulldogs fan or a Vols fan since you were born in Tennessee?
Rocky Top.
There you go.
I'm not a dogs fan, and I get a lot of flack for it down here, but that's just the way it is. Tennessee's my home.
Right on. Very cool. Albert Anderson, how you doing? I saw that West Coast Cajun cuisine dropped a super shot in there, so get ready for your second one. Cheers. Johnny Mag, you better get ready over there. Cheers. I don't know why it burns a little bit. Let's see here. Smokey Joe's Pit BBQ. What's up, brother? For guys that are running a little bit late, excuse me. Kent, excuse me. Kent is running late. His son has a baseball game right now. So Johnny Mags will be taking questions from the chat. His channel name is Pit Life Barbecue. So at Pit Life Barbecue, Johnny will take the questions from you, okay? Make sure he's paying attention. He's got his glasses on. His eyes are sharp. His pencil is leaded. Whatever. Lewis at our Shack Barbecue. What's going on, brother? All right, let's talk about your family life. Spouse, kids, dog, cat, ferret, anything?
My wife, Brande, she's actually scoring some baseball games at the rec department right now. She'll be in a little bit. Together, we have 6 kids. We have a blended family, but most of them are out of school now. We've got one left in high school. A cat that's part bobcat, actually. It used to be my mama's cat. And a dog that, thanks to my brother that's actually on the chat, Harley Smith, he talked me into rescuing this dog. I was helping him with a cook. He works with Traeger and does demo cooks and things like that. So I helped him one day. And what I got for helping him was bringing home this dog. So Sam, he's part bulldog and part pointer, and about 7-year-old. And so we added him to the family last October or November, I think. And that's about it.
Right on. If I missed your brother in there, Harley Smith, welcome. Sorry I missed you. A lot of names are flying by, but that's what I love about this, and that's why I do have you guys do your promo videos on the channel. That way we get the family in there, and we get a lot more friends and family in there. So that's a good thing right there. I saw Garage Grillers in the chat too. Matt's here from Jus Piddlin, killing it, Sandy. Matt Borner. There you go.
Matt, by the way, is a subscriber, and he's the one that made this sign for me this week. I actually got it in the mail this week, this wooden sign.
The Jus Piddlin one? That's awesome.
Yeah, he does awesome sign work. If any of you guys need a sign or something, Sign and Wood Creations. Look him up on Facebook. He's a killer dude.
Right on. So we got Matt, not Matt. Who's it? Let me see. Hold on. Sorry. Mike Tabor. Mike Tabor just put a $22.99 super shot in there. Johnny Mags, get yours ready to go. Mike
Tabor, that guy doesn't surprise me a bit. He's on there all the time. He's a great dude.
Right on. Well, welcome, Mike. That's very cool. Cheers. Oh, man, we're getting this party started off quickly. All right. Excuse me. What's your real job besides YouTube creator extraordinaire?
My real job is, to a lot of people's surprise, is an elementary school PE teacher slash computer lab teacher. Now originally when I got into education, it was after I got out of the Marine Corps, and I wanted something that I could kind of still keep up the intensity a little bit, and that was coaching. So I got into it for coaching, and I coached high school football and baseball for about 15 years. And but then after my son Nate, when he got through and he graduated, I coached him from 6th grade on up. Probably not. He probably wasn't the biggest fan of it, but anyway, because he caught hell more than anybody else. But after he got graduated, I decided to get out of it because I was getting burnt out. So I went to the elementary school. So now I'm an elementary school PE coach / computer lab teacher.
That's awesome, man. I'm with you on the coaching the kids. You were saying that you're a blended family. We are too. We have 5 kids.
Yeah.
I have 3 sons. My wife has a son and a daughter. So I love coaching all of them, but sometimes it's just time to let them roll on their own. So I'm with you on that. That's so cool that you teach elementary school. Never would have thought it, but that's freaking
Most
awesome.
people don't.
Yeah, really. We got a couple more people in the chat. Sylvie Curry's in there. Daddy Cooks from Parts Unknown. Welcome, Daddy Cooks. Phil, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in there. Being that we did see, hold on real quick. Johnny Mags, type a comment in the chat real quick, just so people know what account you're rolling with. Because there you go. That way they can know who to at. So because I'm seeing a bunch of questions roll by. So
What the hell just happened?
what the hell is? What do you mean?
I just lost. Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm back. All right, I think I might be in. Have someone try something right now. There it is.
All right, cool. So you can see what's coming through. You have a handful of questions through there. All right. So who's that beautiful young lady on your right over there?
This is my beautiful bride, Brande, also known as Miss Piddlin on our live streams. There's Elvin right there putting something through, and Mike Tabor's done lit us up too. So all the Jus Piddlin folks are in the house, but she wanted to drop in and say hello.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good night.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said, I hope you're having a good night.
Oh yeah, definitely. All these super shots are coming through. We're gonna be bright faced and silly pretty soon. So Elvin, thank you for your shot. Sandy, did you walk your silverback today?
Elvin, it crossed my mind today while we were sitting outside for a little while by the pool, and then I didn't do it again. So again, I've still got square tires on my silverback out there. I got to hire you to come do that.
All right. So I see Mega Fred Zeppelin's in the house. We have a lifetime question from Eddie Hanks. Says he's a Jus Piddlin fan here. Right on. Welcome, Eddie.
Cheers, Eddie.
So, excuse me. So Mega Fred's lifetime question: what music do you listen to? Do you play any instruments? What floats your boat, man?
Well, I play probably one of the best air guitars. Brande would probably agree. Just about every song that comes on the radio, I can play just about every note to the air guitar. Music, that's a good question because that's one of the things that I wish that we could do in our videos that we can't do. That's one of the things that I love about cooking in my backyard is I've got a speaker out there in my little barbecue cabinet, and I can turn it on and hit my playlist on my phone, and depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I can play different kinds of music. So I like a lot of different kinds of music. Sometimes I might be in a 90s hair band type mood and listen to some Poison or Motley Crue or something like that, Kiss. I might be in a R&B type mood and listen to some Bill Withers or something like that, Al Green. Then I might be in a country mood and kind of want to reminisce and think about my daddy a little bit. He was a Willie and Waylon type dude, and so I'll listen to some Hank Williams Jr. and Willie and Waylon. So it really just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But I wish that while I'm making the videos, I could have whatever I'm listening to be in the background, but because of copyrights and stuff like that, we're not able to do that.
So no Justin Timberlake for you over there?
That's one thing that I don't have on my playlist is Justin Timberlake.
Oh man, one of these days, I'm gonna find a fellow Timberlake fan. I swear. All right, let's see here. So Johnny Mags just typed in the chat, so he's ready to go. So at Pit Life Barbecue should be all there. Hobo Nichol BBQ wants to know, how did you get such a hot wife? His words.
Just lucky, I guess. I wonder about that every morning when I wake up, but I'm just glad to be there beside her. So I'm a lucky man.
Very cool. Very cool.
It took 2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots.
Well, tell us about it. Let's hear about that one.
Well, I'm just the second wife.
Oh, got it.
I'm not the first one.
You guys got to go through the first one and know you got the right one the second time around.
That's right.
All right. So see here. It's his haircut. That's funny. That's how you got her.
Actually, that has a lot to do with it, to be honest with you.
So I take it you're follically challenged like the rest of us over here?
Very true.
Yes, sir. All right, cool. What's up, peeps and YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? James is in the house. Brother James from Eminent Claim Smokers. How you doing,
What's up,
brother?
James?
James is here. All right. Let's talk about the channel name. Where'd you come up with Jus Piddlin?
I'm asked that a lot. And it's kind of funny. My mom and dad have both passed away, and but that was a saying that my daddy used all the time. And when I got grown and moved out of the house, a couple of weeks would pass before I would see him, and then when I'd go back and visit him, I'd ask him, Daddy, what you been up to? And he'd always say, "Oh, just piddling," And to him, piddling was basically doing whatever he wanted to do. It was stuff that he didn't have to do. He wanted to do, and then if he wanted to stop and do something else, that's what he did, kind of like a hobby, I guess. That was his way of saying, just messing around. But that's what he said. And my uncle up in Tennessee, he says the same thing. And so it was just kind of family thing. And then I've always kind of said it too. My brother says it. And so when I was trying to think of a channel name, I tried a couple different names, and then all of a sudden I just thought about that, and I thought, well, that fits. So that's what I come up with, Jus Piddlin BBQ. And that's basically what I'm doing when I'm out there in the backyard barbecuing is I'm just piddling too, just messing around, kind of stress-free. Don't get too stressed out about it, and just relax and cook some good barbecue.
Right on. All right, I have one more question, and then we'll turn it over to Johnny Mags. Johnny, you got some questions written down, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So hold tight. Got a couple more people in the chat. Some of Pizza Man's in there. Stan from Sweet Smoky Joe. Stan, I've been using your products. Dude, I'm digging it. We did the shrimp boil last week. It's very good stuff. So thank you again for sending that stuff, Stan. Good stuff. I'm enjoying it all. All right. Let's see here. I think that catches everybody that jumped in my eyes. All right. One thing I noticed, I subscribe to a lot of channels. I'm sure you do too. Right. And so it's hard for me to watch everybody and comment on everybody, but I do try to, pick and choose, my way through it. And obviously you're on this week, so I wanted to watch a couple of your videos. I noticed that you have a Traeger, and it's the Gorilla Grills pellet grill, right? Whatever. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which one do you like better, or what are their benefits to each other, or whatever?
Well, I get that question every week, sometimes every day for a week. Mm-hmm. And I always give everybody the same answer. I like both of them, but there are some subtle differences between those two, and this will be what makes you make a decision on which one you like the most. The Traeger has Wi-Fi, and the Silverback does not. So that's one of the things. If you want Wi-Fi, then you would go with the Traeger. If you don't care about Wi-Fi, then you would probably go with the Gorilla Silverback. Cost is another factor. The Gorilla Silverback is, I think, $750, and that Pro 780 that I've got from Traeger is about $1,000. So That's $250 difference. So those couple of things are the deciding factors in which one you would have. But I like both of them. I think the build quality, the new Silverbacks have stainless steel internals in them, which kind of takes it over the top for $750. The version that I have out there is the original Silverback version. There was no stainless steel in those, and I think I paid $699 for that one. So with that one, $699, that's $300 cheaper than the Traeger would be. But the Traeger has the Wi-Fi, has a lot of capabilities with that controller that other grills don't have. So to go in deeper with that, I mean, I've got a video review on both of them that would describe both of them a lot more in detail. But I like both of them. I like the black look of the Traeger. I like the shiny look of the Silverback. So I think they're both pretty cool.
Right on, right on. Stan from Sweet Smoky Joe put in the grill don't make the man makes the grill. I'm a big subscriber to that for sure.
Amen.
Very cool, very cool. Pino's Barbecue and Outdoor Cooking, welcome. King Kill Boss is in there. Simple Man's Barbecue's in there. And Whiskey and Beer is in the chat. Guys, make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. Make sure you guys are all subscribed to our guest tonight, Sandy from Jus Piddlin BBQ. You can subscribe to Johnny Mag's channel if you just hit the 3 little dots next to his name. Obviously, myself, all the moderators are all down below. If you'd like to hit show more, make sure everybody subscribe to everybody. Keep the company, keep everything going strong. All right. Let's see here. All right, Johnny Mags, you ready to do this? Your first
I'm
shot.
ready to go.
Don't screw this up, man. Don't make me come to Massachusetts or wherever the hell you're at. Are you in New Hampshire or Massachusetts?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. That's all right.
Yeah.
I knew I was off by a little bit. All right. So, Johnny, you have a thick New England accent. Sandy, you're dealing with a Southern accent. So speak slowly and really listen up to each other. Go for it, Johnny Mags.
Okay, Sandy. Bushy Vado asks, other than pulled pork, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Other than pulled pork, and he's asking that because he knows I'm going to say pulled pork is probably my favorite. So I would have to say Mississippi pot roast tied with jalapeno poppers. Those would be probably the top two. That Mississippi pot roast I actually got pretty much piggybacked off of Russ Jones' recipe over at Smoky Ribs, and then just kind of added a little bit of my mama's flair to it. And it turns out great every time. Jace, one of my subscribers, tried it yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and said it turned out great. So that's a really good recipe. If you hadn't tried it, give it a try. But other than pork butts, that would probably be my favorite.
All right, all right.
Hey, Johnny, can you speak up a little bit closer to the microphone on the phone, please?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, there you go.
Let's see. Off the Walls Barbecue asks, do you do competitions of any kind?
I don't do competitions. I haven't done any competitions in the past, although me and my brother have been talking for the past 2 years for starting that and getting into one. And there's a big one here in Georgia, at least, called the Big Pig Jig in Vienna, Georgia. And we visited that thing several times growing up as kids and everything. And if we were going to do one around this area, that would probably be one of the ones that we would start out doing. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt and go and have fun. Still want to compete, obviously, but realizing the quality of competition there, use it more of a learning tool than anything else. Have some fun, cook some good food, meet some good people, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So we've kind of thrown around the idea of doing that later on this year, and that might be our first one that we do. So,
all right. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue asks, if money was no object, what kind of smoker would you buy?
that's a great question. if money was no object, Old Hickories, I think they're great smokers. As far as stick burners go, probably a Lone Star or Lang smokers. Reverse flow smokers are made just about an hour and a half from me here in Georgia, and I think they make great smokers as well. Obviously, the Yoder YS640s on those big competition carts are pretty cool as well. Stumps make good smokers too. So all of those that they're just a little bit out of reach right now. I would be happy to own any of those.
All right. Rick's Barbecue in Blackstone asks, how do you like your Watchman cooker?
Love it, man. And I'm glad you asked that. It's the most versatile cooker that I have. And I say that because you can use stick wood with it. You can use charcoal with it. It comes with a griddle. You can griddle on it. The side warmers you can use for warmers. It can cook baked potatoes on those. And it's a tailgater. It comes actually with a insert for the receiver hitch on your truck. You just plug it in. It doesn't take up any bed space, and you can go tailgate or camping with it. And at the end of the day, when you get through cooking, you can just flip the grill grate off and use it as a fire pit. So I've taken it all the way up to Bristol, Tennessee to the race up there, and it was mid-30s that night. We used it for a fire pit that night after we cooked on our supper, and it kept us warm until we went and crawled in the tent. So I love that thing. It's American made by American hands, solid steel, 1/4-inch steel to 3/16-inch steel. And the guys up at Winchester Metals in Virginia, Ben and Josh, do a great job, but they're great people too. I talk to them probably once or twice a week or two just to stay in touch with them. Great people. So thank you for asking that. And thewatchmanstove.com, if you're curious about those, give them a look. But great company, family-owned company here in the United States, and I love that thing. My brother's got one too, and he loves that thing too. He says if he cooks burgers, he only cooks on that. So check it out.
Yeah, we actually on my show we did an episode on that on the Watchman Stove. Such a versatile piece. It's quality made, great product.
It really is.
All right, Mags, let me interrupt the next question, Mags. I didn't want to let it go too much longer. GT Barbecue, Gary from GT Barbecue dropped a super shot in there for $24.99, so he gave us $2 extra. So cheers, Gary. Appreciate you, brother. You may proceed.
Thank you, sir. Jason at Easy Bake Barbecue asks, have you ever tried Mississippi chicken?
I haven't tried Mississippi chicken. I'm assuming that it's similar to Mississippi pot roast. I'm not sure, but that sounds interesting. I'd certainly be willing to try it. Anything that's different, I'd be willing to try. Sometimes when we're doing these barbecue shows, barbecue channels, it's hard to find something new to put on your channel because you've already done spatchcock chickens and pork butts and everything else 10 different ways. So I'd be curious to look that up and try it.
All right. Jimmy Q asks, how did you decide to go live early Sunday mornings?
That's an interesting question too. I had been looking at watching several different people doing live streams, and not necessarily barbecue videos, barbecue channels. There was one guy, I'll think of his name in a minute, but he actually just does a morning show, and he talks about current events and stuff like that. And it's kind of funny what people watch, because basically he just sits in front of his computer in the morning and does a morning show, drinks his coffee, and talks about current events, and people watch him. And I caught myself watching him too. And so, I thought that's pretty cool, just to sit there and drink coffee. And, you could talk about barbecue topics, but then you could talk about other topics, whatever kind of comes up. And so I just decided to do that, and didn't know if anybody would show up and watch, and they actually do. And, but then I wanted something also that other people during the week could catch. If they couldn't catch it in the morning, maybe they could catch it in the afternoon. So I'm doing the Wednesday night show at 8 p.m. So maybe if you can't catch one, you can catch the other. And it's been pretty cool. I've got one subscriber that he tunes into both of them, and he actually lives in Australia. So the morning show is actually afternoon for him, and the afternoon show is actually early morning for him. But he's always there, and he's always a good mate. So cheers to Gavin over at the land down under over there.
All right. Simple Man's Barbecue asks, what's the craziest thing you've ever barbecued?
Oh man, I haven't yet. I haven't done a whole lot of crazy stuff yet, but within the next couple of weeks, I will be doing some beef tongue. Thanks to Russ over at Smoky Ribs again. He did one, and funny story real quick. And it started with Gavin over in Australia. We were talking one morning on the morning show, and I asked him, whenever I see somebody from Australia, I always think about that Men at Work song when they talked about the Vegemite sandwich. So I just asked him, do y'all really eat Vegemite sandwiches? And he said, yeah, mate, I'll send you some. And he had been wanting, I was selling some coffee mugs with my logo on it, and he wanted a coffee mug. And at first I was like, man, I can't send you a coffee mug. That'll cost me $50. But he was going to send me the Vegemite. I said, well, I'll trade you the Vegemite for the coffee mug. So I sent him a coffee mug that cost $55 to ship to Australia. And he sent me a jar of Vegemite that cost him $56 to send it to me. So the deal was that when I got the Vegemite, I would do a live taste test on one of my live feeds. And so I did that, and it was terrible. But Greg Maravich over at Ballistic Barbecue chimed in on one of my live chats. And I said, well, I tell you what, when I get done with this, I'm going to put the top back on it, and I'm going to mail it to you, Greg, and see what you do with it. So after I was done with it, I mailed it to Greg at Ballistic Barbecue, and he actually did a video with a meal and actually cooked with it, which blew my mind, but it turned out really well. And so I told Greg, I said, well, when you get done with it, send it to somebody else, another cook on YouTube, and let's just keep it going. And it'll end up being the Vegemite challenge started by Jus Piddlin BBQ. And so he sent it to Russ. Russ did a beef tongue taco recipe with the Vegemite, and he just sent it to Mike over at Everyday Barbecue. And so I'm not sure if Mike's done anything with it yet, but I'm anxious to see what he does with it. And then he's supposed to send it to somebody else. So we're going to see how far the jar of Vegemite goes. So that's been pretty cool.
Cool. CJ, I got one more from Lewis at Our Shack Barbecue. Who cleans your pool?
Who cleans? It's funny that you say that. It's always amazed me what people pay attention to when they watch my videos. And I'm assuming it's this way for everybody else. But, I've had people say, how do you keep your grass so green? Or, hey, you need to add some chlorine to your pool. Or, just oddball stuff. They always, my cat will walk behind the camera and somebody will comment cat sighting at 3 minutes and 25 seconds or something. So it's always amazing what people pay attention to. But yeah, I've had several comments about whether or not my pool needed chlorine or not. But I clean the pool, so I don't have a pool guy or a pool gal out there cleaning the pool.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got there, CJ.
Right on, right on. Doing pretty well there, buddy. Asking questions.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
What's that?
Kent's a very busy man.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to keep up with all these questions coming in, man. He works over there. He makes it look easy.
I was just texting him, telling him that we really miss him. Not that you're doing a bad job, Johnny. I'm just saying we miss him. I hope he gets his ass in gear. See 1,000's in there. How you doing, James? Appreciate you being here. Sorry if I missed you earlier. I think I'm pretty much done hollering out people in the chat, but you know I love you all for being here, so thank you. All right, Sandy, we're gonna talk about channel questions now. All right,
Let's do it.
Let's see. Hobo says he used to do this all by himself. That's true, Hobo. You were way more of a man than either myself or Ken. So, let's see here. How did you get started on YouTube? What got you going doing this stuff?
That's a good question. And actually, Mike Tabor, one of my subscribers, he was sent to my channel because of this guy. But I actually got into YouTube. This may surprise some folks, but like 4 years ago, I didn't even know what YouTube was. I had never looked at YouTube. I had never watched a YouTube video. I had heard about it, but had never really paid attention to it. And I've got a little wood shop out there, and I was getting into woodworking a little bit, and I started doing some research about woodworking. And I found this guy on YouTube, and his name's Feddy, and his channel is Redneck DIY. If you haven't seen it or you're into woodworking, look him up, Redneck DIY. Tell him I sent you over there. But he had a really cool channel, a really cool manner about him. Was just a down-to-earth guy and seemed like somebody that, you know, I would hang out with. And come to find out, he's a Marine Corps veteran as well and lives in Tennessee. So you couldn't beat that. But I watched his channel a lot. And I had started thinking about doing a woodworking channel and just never did. And then while I was doing the research for the woodworking channel, I caught on to a couple of cooking channels like T-Roy Cooks, Smoky Ribs, Ballistic Barbecue, and a few Mother's Barbecue, a few others. And especially Russ's channel kind of intrigued me and just seemed like another guy that I would probably hang out with. And I thought, you know, if Russ can do it, you know, I can do it too. And I know that Russ isn't going to take any offense to that, but he does a great job, but he's just a normal guy. And I've always loved cooking. I've always loved barbecuing. My mama owned a barbecue restaurant for several years in Perry, Georgia. It was called the Rib Cage Barbecue. It was just a drive-up barbecue. It wasn't like a walk-in. The problem with her barbecue restaurant was she kept getting broken into, and they would steal her meat. And we've tried several different things to lock things up and secure things, and it got to where it was breaking us, and so she had to close it down. But she could really cook, and that's always been a passion of mine. And I thought, you know, we've got to eat anyway, so I might as well start filming it. So that the short story is that's how I got started. I finally bought a microphone. I started out with an iPhone 4. I'm still shooting with an iPhone 7 Plus, but now my daughter, who had done a little channel for a while, has lent me her Canon M10, I think it is. And so I've started using that a little bit, but, you know, started small and I'm still small, but growing a little bit at a time. So I'm enjoying it.
Right on, right on. I noticed that, you know, I was going to be done with the shout outs in the chat, but we had a lot more people pop in while you're answering questions. So I want to say,
All right.
Tom Horsman's in the chat. Dogfather's Barbecue, Armadillo Junction, Andy Evans, Cooking with Corey. Welcome everybody. Hobo does not need praise. I saw that go by a hashtag. Hobo needs praise. Hobo did this all by himself, and he's a solid individual, and he loves people pointing out that what's such a good guy he is. And someday I can't wait to give him a big old hug, big old bear hug. Oh my God, cockroach, nice. All right. So, how long have you had your channel? You said 4 years ago you hadn't heard about it. Has it been 4 years that you started your channel?
No, I actually started it December of 2016. I think I purchased a microphone. No, I purchased a tripod from Amazon. Cost about $14. And so I put my cell phone on it and went out there in the backyard and started talking to my cell phone in the backyard by myself, and it felt really stupid. So I put the tripod up for a couple months, and then I bought a microphone, went out there and tried it again, and still felt stupid. So it took me 2 or 3 times of going in the backyard and trying to make a stupid video before I got one video out. And I think the first video might even just have been salsa or something. And then I started out actually with a 9-year-old gas charbroil commercial infrared gas grill, and cooked a lot of great meals on it and all that, but it just kind of evolved from there. So, but that's how I got started with that. It was December 2016.
Right on. People are saying in the chat there's something behind you. They saw a huge bug go behind you.
Oh, wow.
So maybe on the floor. So I missed it. So looks like one of them brain-eating bugs, says Chef Johnny. All right. Well, it's not attacking you, so
I'm good.
we're in good shape. All right. I saw Barbecue Grill Masters Empire in there. Barbecue Big Rome. He was very helpful in getting me to the 5,000 subscriber mark, as everybody else, or too. But he shared my channel, and so I just want to say thank you, Big Rome. Appreciate it, brother. All right. So obviously you've been doing it for a little bit. Okay, it says above your left shoulder by the ceiling. I don't see it. Maybe it went by.
I don't see anything.
All right. Well, whatever. You seem to be okay. Anyway, all right. So, what's one piece of advice you give a new YouTuber?
Oh man, be yourself. The biggest thing is just be yourself. I mean, you're going to get negative comments. You're going to get all that kind of stuff. But that's the biggest thing. Just be yourself.
Right on. All right. We're coming up on an hour. Are you still doing pretty good?
Doing good, man.
All right. Cool. All right. We're going to keep going then. What's kept you going and staying on the grind? And is there an end result for you, or is there a goal you're trying to hit or anything like that?
What's kept me going is just my subscribers and the people that I've met. First of all, the subscribers, mainly I've met a lot of good friends, become good friends with a lot of my subscribers. And, people like Ben and Josh from the Watchman Stove, the folks from Pit Barrel Cooker, they've been great too. Mark over at Grilla Grills, those kind of folks. Met a lot of great people. So that's probably the biggest thing is the people have kept me going.
Right on. Do you have an end result, a goal you're trying to hit, growth goal, anything like that?
Not really. I just want to grow steady, but I want it to be honest, real deal subscribers, I don't want subscribers just for the numbers. So I'm happy with just growing steadily, kind of like I've been doing. Obviously, I'd like for it to grow a lot faster, but it's going to take care of itself. So I can just keep the content going, be as honest as I can about my content, and it'll take care of itself.
Right on, right on. You know, sometimes I feel that way too, and then there's other times where I'm just stressing it out. Like this last week, I saw that I was getting close to a milestone that I've been wanting to hit for a bit. So I've been like anxiety all week, but we finally got there in the middle of the night too. I woke up to a bunch of text messages and congratulations and all that stuff. So that was very cool. I know Kent texted me at like 5 a.m. just on purpose because he's up and I'm not. You know, it's a lot different. But I'm with you too. It'll take care of itself for sure. All right, so we talked about the Traeger. We talked about the grill, the other thing you were just talking about. How many neat cookers do you have?
Right now I have 7. I used to have 8. I have 2 grills. I've got, oh, I see it. Hold on. That's a beetle. I'm gonna take care of it.
Hey, this is the one time when the guest gets up that it's not a bathroom break. He's going bug busters on him. All right, guys, remember to put questions in the chat at Pit Life Barbecue. Let's see here. Dad Incredible, Grilling and More. Let's drink from my St. Louis Blues first ever Stanley Cup. I saw that, brother. You were pumped up. I know Johnny Mags won't be as happy, but let's take a shot anyway.
Cheers to the Blues.
I was watching Johnny Mag's Facebook post all last night, and that was rough, brother. All I saw was a bunch of F words.
And I got another cold beer, so.
That's important.
Yeah, I've got 7 cookers. I've got a pit barrel cooker. I've got a Kamado Joe. I've got a 2 Grill Grill Silverback and the new Grill Chimp. That's a tailgater type.
Right.
I've got a Traeger Pro 780 and a Traeger tailgater.
Right on.
And a Watchman Stove. I used to have a Traeger Timberline, but I actually traded it for the Kamado Joe. And then I've given away a Weber kettle and a Charbroil Kettleman. And me and Harley, it was kind of more Harley than me. We gave my son Nate a Pro 22 Traeger. So I've had a pretty good bit of grills come through here.
Right on. All right. Johnny, I see you giggling over there. What did you see in the chat that I missed?
Hobo wants to see the big fucking bug.
Well, the bug is flat as a pancake right now on top of the some of my shipping boxes.
Right on. All right.
It's belly up.
At least it's gone. Big Rome, we asked that question right at the beginning. So catch the replay, brother. Let's see here. What is something funny, the funniest thing that's happened that we didn't get to see in your final edits? I'm sure you got some bloopers going in there. Anybody fall in the pool while you're barbecuing like that?
No, I did jump in the pool during one of my videos because it was about 120 degrees last summer. The funniest thing is probably, during the Smash Burger video a couple weeks ago, I've actually started including some of the bloopers at the end of my videos. But a couple weeks ago, I did the Smash Burger video with the grill hack, and I just opened the ketchup, and I didn't even touch it, and it went everywhere. So I included that in there. We've got a train track about 50 yards behind our back fence. And I think somebody calls the train company whenever I'm starting to do a video, because that train comes by every single time I'm filming. So lots of times in the videos, you can hear the train when it comes by.
I noticed that today too.
one time in the video, I tried to start the Silverback up and I didn't have it plugged in. Just stuff like that. You know, that's probably the funniest thing that's happened.
Right on. Mike Tabor said it was an 8.5 dive. So I'm assuming the Russians marked you down, I'm sure. All right, man. Here's a question. It's my favorite question. I love asking it. And this is for the chat too, so you guys get ready. If Hollywood were gonna make a movie about you or your channel, your life, whatever, who's playing Sandy on the big screen?
Oh wow. I'd probably say a Clint Eastwood type. Besides my channel, when I'm not doing videos or anything, I'd be satisfied with not talking to anybody all day. I don't say much. And, you know, kind of like Clint Eastwood in a lot of his movies, he says a lot with just the looks that he gives people. And so I've been accused a time or two of just being a a-hole, to put it bluntly, you know.
So
I'm really not.
I'm
But
seeing Larry the Cable Guy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and there was another one I missed. Oh, Rowdy Piper.
I'll take old Stone Cold.
I'll take Stone Cold too.
Yeah, I'd take Stone Cold.
So says Sylvester Stallone. I think we're thinking the wrong region there.
Yeah. But I'm badly misunderstood. I'm really a pretty nice guy, but you know, people have told me a lot that I always have the same look, no matter if I'm really happy or really ticked off, and nobody really knows one way or the other. So lots of times I'll tell people a joke, but they don't really know if I'm joking or not, so they don't laugh, you know. So I would say one of those serious types, you know, like old Stone Cold or Clint Eastwood or somebody like that.
Right on. Chad Roberts says lies, all lies.
Smiley.
Let's see here. I think that's all I saw. Eastwood Farm said fake news. I don't know what they're talking about in the chat now. All right. Hey, does anybody not have me muted right now? Johnny, is your YouTube screen muted?
Yes.
All right. Sandy, check yours out, brother.
Yep.
All right. I'm catching just a little bit of reverb, so no big deal. Okay, Johnny, you're up, man.
Okay. Blue Smoke Barbecue asks, what is your most proud achievement in life?
Earning the title of United States Marine.
All right. Simple Man's Barbecue, Ford or Chevy?
Chevy.
Good man. I'm a Chevy man myself. Andy Evans, what's your favorite coffee?
Favorite coffee?
Yes.
Iron Bean coffee. I started drinking Iron Bean coffee when I started my morning show, the live show at 7 in the morning. And I was kind of looking for a coffee company to partner with for the live show. And but I wanted it to be a veteran-owned small coffee company, not a Starbucks or anything like that. And I found one, and he's also a Marine Corps veteran. Him and his wife run it out of their garage, basically, and he roasts his own coffee. It's called Iron Bean Coffee. If you can check that out, ironbeancoffeecompany.com or ironbeancoffee.com. But they do great stuff. They've got a company that makes their own handmade coffee mugs. Do a great job. They always sign little notes and put them in with your coffee when they send them. You can get whole bean coffee or ground coffee. The best one that they have is called cast iron, and it's roasted in actual cast iron, and it is amazing. It's got that smell of coffee that you would get at a small time craft type coffee house, and it's amazing. So give those guys a look if you get a chance. IronBeanCoffee.com. They are super people, and he's a Marine Corps veteran. Great guy, Fred and Chanel. Love you guys. And again, that's one of those relationships that I have made that never would have made if it wasn't for this channel. And they're out of like Toledo, Ohio, but great people. Love those guys.
All right. Forgive me for possibly butchering the last name, but Louis Colomatis, what is your perfect barbecue meal, go-to cooker, meat, rub, injections, time of year, all around perfect cook?
All around perfect cook?
Yeah.
That would probably have to go back to my mom's barbecue restaurant, and she had pulled pork. She always cooked Boston butts. She always used red oak for her cooks. But Boston butt pulled pork. She had baked beans. We had Brunswick stew. We had coleslaw, potato salad, ribs, and leg quarters. And that was what we sold at her restaurant. And I love all those things.
All right. He does have another question for you, Louis does. Is the griddle insert for the pellet grill worth the buy? And is it a hassle to take out all the internals every time you want to use the griddle? That's
a good question. And a subscriber sent that to me. Justin Stanley, one of my subscribers, sent that to me. And I was surprised when I did a video on it. Somebody asked me to do a review on it, so I did. And man, I got all kind of feedback, good and bad, about doing that video. And I was just sharing, a lot of people were saying, that's pretty cool product. And a lot of other people were saying, well, for not much more than that, you can buy a Blackstone griddle. So the thing about it is it worth it? It depends on what you want to use it for and what your needs are. For me, I've got a lot of grills that take up a lot of space on my back porch. So I don't have a lot of space to put a Blackstone griddle back there. But that griddle hack is an accessory to me. It's not a full-size grill by itself. So for me, it's an accessory to my grill of Silverback that I already have. Now, the question about, is it a hassle to take all the internals out? I do that anyway. After every 2 or 3 cooks, I take all of my internals out anyway, replace the tinfoil on my drip pan, vacuum everything out, and make sure the internals of my grill are clean. So most of the time I do that anyway. And so that's a perfect opportunity to put the griddle hack in and use it. And then when I don't want to use it, I can take it out and put it in my shed out there on a shelf, turn it upside down, put the internals back in, and I'm ready to go again. So for me, it's not that big of a deal. If you're cleaning your grill like you should, you're already going to take that stuff out anyway. So it's not that big a deal.
All right. Let's see. Eastwind Farms asks, what was your MOS in the Marines?
My MOS was a 6073. It was an aviation support equipment. I was stationed in Pensacola, Jacksonville, and then I got stationed out in San Diego, California at Miramar until 2001. And at Miramar, I was responsible for helping support. I was in the rotor wing. You got a fixed wing, which is airplanes, obviously, and the rotor wing, which is helicopters. I was rotor wing, so I helped the helo squadrons make sure those birds keep flying. So we had Cobras, we had Hueys, CH-53s, and CH-46s out there that we supported. So that was my MOS.
Real quick, can you explain what MOS is for those who are not familiar with the jargon?
Sure, that's your military occupational skill. That's your job.
Got it.
And each one of the jobs has a number associated with it. But basically my job was aviation support equipment. So I worked on any kind of equipment that supported aircraft and make sure that they could be maintained and get off the ground. So
Right on.
All right. King Kilbasa asks, what's your favorite brand of wood pellets?
You know, that's a pretty good question too. All you guys have good questions. Favorite, and this is a it's almost like a political topic. Everybody has their own. It's kind of like the Ford. You know, it's kind of like grill brands. It's kind of like Ford, Chevy, Dodge. But here's my philosophy on pellets. First of all, I'll tell you the pellets that I've used. I have used Barbecuer's Delight. Love those pellets. That was before Grill Grills came out with their own brand of pellets. Then I changed to the Grill pellets because I could buy 2 bags of those and get free shipping to my door. So that's what I used for that. Then I started getting Traegers. I use Traeger pellets. I've also used some lumberjack pellets, and I've currently got some B&B pellets that one of my subscribers, Stephen Manis, sent me. It's a B&B post oak. Love that flavor, and have had good results with the B&B pellets so far. The only pellets that I don't really use right now, and you know, some people may have great luck with them. I've been told that people have great luck with them, but I can only tell you my experience. And for me, I didn't care for the lumberjack pellets that much. The flavor was good and they cooked really well. But what I found when I cleaned my grill is there was a lot of ash in the fire pot, more so than the other brands. And that concerned me a little bit. So I just haven't used the lumberjack pellets anymore. But for me, I use mostly the Grill pellets and the Traeger pellets. And I mean, listen, we're all adults. We're not children. It doesn't bother me to use the Traeger pellets in the Grill. It doesn't bother me to use the Grill pellets in the Traeger grill. It's okay. It's still a wood pellet. So I've had great results with them. When people say that they have bad luck with pellets, in my opinion, it's more because they weren't maintaining their grill properly rather than there was something wrong with the pellets. But I'm just not one of those guys that, long story short, I'm not one of those guys that tries to look for the $6.99 bag of 40 pounds of pellets, because I don't really think you're going to get that good of results with it. I just find something that I like and I stick with it. Whether it's, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm not going out and trying 15 different types of brands and then going on Facebook group and saying, I don't know why I'm getting inconsistent cooks. Well, that could be why. Find you a good brand and stick with it, and you'll find consistent cooks. I like Richardson 111 hats. That's why I buy these hats and I stick with them. I've got khaki shorts in there that are cargo shorts that I've had 10 years. They've got holes in them now, but they fit well. I love them and I stick with them. So for me, I just find something that I like and I stick with it.
I'm with you, Sandy. I seriously have 10 of these black shirts.
Yeah.
And 5 other different colors, man.
Yeah.
If I find something that fits right, it's comfortable, I'll wear them out, man. That's
right. That's right.
Nice.
All right. Johnny, you got any more questions?
I got one more from Simple Man's Barbecue. Have you ever been attacked by wasps
Yes.
while barbecuing?
Yes. We have wasps out there right now. Every summer in South Georgia, the wasps try to take over my back porch. And where I keep some of my equipment out there, they have taken over that. It used to be a greenhouse, but now it's become a pool supply / barbecue shed out there, and they're trying to take it over right now. So absolutely, they've even tried to make a nest up under the caps on the chimneys of my pellet smokers. They've tried to go in there before. Of course, you know, I talked about how it's amazing what people pay attention to on my videos. One guy had even noticed that I had tightened down the cap on my chimney, and he was trying to tell me that it was going to affect my cook because my chimney cap was too low. So, but yeah, we get those every single summer.
Right on, right on. All right, while you were talking, Mike Montoya
All right.
dropped the super shot. So cheers, brother. All right. That was your last question, Johnny Mags. I'd like to shout out my other real co-host with the most. Johnny Mags, you've done an admirable job. Stick around. Don't leave. You can be in the hangout afterwards. Just hang out for a bit. But Kent Vandy Weird is in the house. Say hi, brother.
What's up, people? Sorry I'm late. We had a ball game run late. Not a good night for the ball on the ball field for the boys. So, hi Sandy, how are you, pal?
Good, man. Kent, glad you made it, brother.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So,
All right, guys, we're gonna switch it up. If you have any more questions, put them into Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Kent will do his job for a little bit tonight. Johnny Mags, you were awesome, brother. Thank you so much for stepping in.
No worries, brother. Kent,
It was very last minute, Johnny. It was very last minute for sure.
much respect to what you do, my friend.
thanks, Mags.
So very cool. Kent, you're probably like 6 or 7 behind. So don't
working
feel
on it.
like you have to catch up right now.
Maybe 10.
Maybe 10. I don't know.
I'm working on it.
Isn't quite as red as normal. You know, usually we have a lot more shots and I'm a lot more red. But I did just slip off my chair. So there's that. All right. Let's talk about some cooking now. What is your favorite thing to cook, Sandy? Or grill? You know, whatever.
Pork butts. Pork butts.
Oh yeah, sorry, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, I mean that's what I grew up with most. And, you know, it seems to be a regional thing, you know, southern type thing because you know out in Texas and everything it's brisket and or tri-tip. I'll be honest with you, you know, first of all, I live in small town Georgia, so we don't have even a name brand grocery store here in town. And to be honest with you, my channel is really small, but I have more subscribers than the population of the town I live in. So
wow.
that tells you how big the town is. So finding meat, quality meat, is really hard unless I drive a half hour to Statesboro or somewhere to Savannah to get something like that. So. But pork butts, you can find those anywhere around here. And so that's probably my favorite thing to cook is a pork butt. And you can't mess it up. I don't care what you do to it. It still turns out good. I've never had one that was bad. So that's why I love it.
Right on, right on. Hobo Nichol BBQ dropped in a super shot telling Kent he needs to do at least 4. I'm thinking that needs to be a bigger super shot then. Dale Dornan, shout out to Sandy and the Jus Piddlin Nation. So cheers, guys.
Cheers, Dale.
That's good. It's good. It's good quality. So thank you, Hobo. Appreciate it, brother. Let's see here. I had a couple questions in there. Can I put nachos around my hat at the brim of the hat? No, I can't. We'll never try. I have 3 of these hats. I had a 4th one, and I believe I gave it to Kent. I think I gave it to somebody. I don't know who I gave it to. And so you 3 didn't need to drink. Oh, you just wanted him to take all 4. Very funny. All right, cool. You know, Hobo, when I see a super shot, I feel like I got to do it, brother. All right. Suburban BBQ. I only wear the gray hat now on my live streams because of you, and that's it. You know, otherwise I'd go back to my other ones, but the other hats are for the outside. For my 5K giveaway, I will be giving away one of these hats. Not worn. I will get you a new one. You know, unless you really want the worn one, then you're a little weird. But we'll definitely do that. All right. Okay. What is your go-to drink? If money's no object, you're out in the town, and they all suck. Screw you, chef. So messed up. Give me a cowboy.
That's a good one.
What's your drink there, buddy?
I like Jameson. I like Jameson Irish whiskey. I also like Jack Honey. That's a pretty good drink. But my go-to is Jameson Irish whiskey.
Right on, right on. Neat or on the rocks or with some mixer?
Sometimes I like neat if I'm just sitting around the house and like something to little sip on. But otherwise, I also like a little Jameson and Diet Coke too, because that Diet Coke's a little sweet, and then that Jameson's got that little vanilla back into it, and I like that taste a little bit too. So sometimes I'll take it neat, sometimes I'll take it with a little Diet Coke.
Right on. We got Suburban BBQ says Boone's Farm, Tickle Pinks, little Strawberry Hill.
No, that was back in the late 80s. I've gotten out of that.
Hey, in early 90s for myself, man. So
there you go.
We were. I saw a Colt 45 from Mike Montoya. Mike Montoya, when you come to the house, we're gonna drink some malt liquor and hang out, dude. We'll sit out in the front yard. We'll do a gangster style for sure. Let's see here. All right, Chrissy's cooking channel. She has a lifetime question on here. Oh, Zima, Chad Robert Zima. Hey. I have no problem with Zima right there, buddy.
Now, Chad's one of my coaching buddies. Me and him coach together.
Oh, right.
And, we're about the same age, and back in the day, Zima was the real deal.
Oh yeah, you throw a Jolly Rancher in that bad boy.
There you go.
Oh, good. See Mad Dog 2020. Yep. Edward 40 Hands. I missed that one. Let's see here. Zima with Jolly Ranchers in it. Exactly. There you go. Have you ever had a pickleback? Oh, sorry. There's your first pin flip. There's the first pin flip of the night. I see Sandy gets really possessive of the chat.
Yeah.
And
you already screwed it up. Ask the man the questions. And for that, you owe me a shot.
I will take a shot. I beg your pardon, sir. That is my fault. I'm pouring it right now. Let's see here. Zima and Justin Timberlake, we got ourselves a party. Damn skivvy. Cheers, guys. That was a free penalty shot right there. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to see if St. Ides. Is that OG St. Ides? I saw some Mickey's 40 ounces.
Mickey's Big Mouth, yeah.
Let me tell you about Mickey's. Mickey's, I used to drink Mickey's when I was doing my partying and all that stuff. I had the bottle cap off a 40 ounce, just cut the top off. My buddies in plastics class put it in, the clear plastic, and I had that shit like a necklace. I would rock that stuff when I go to parties. I was like, oh, get my 40 ounce, yo. Yeah, not always proud of my upbringing. Red Stripe, I love it. Edward 40 Hands when you tape a 40. Oh yeah, that's right. That makes sense. A little brain loss right there. All right, so Chris Cookie Channel, what is the best and worst thing you've ever made, on film or not?
Oh man, I'd say probably the best thing that I've ever made. I tell you, a close first is. A couple weeks ago, I did a video on bacon burn ends, and those things turned out phenomenal. I got the idea from Malcolm Reed over at How to Barbecue Right. I saw a video of his, so I kind of changed it up a little bit, made it my own, and did it, and it turned out great. I had done pork belly burn ends before, and they turned out okay, but the bacon burn ends turned out better. So that was great. But again, I still go back to pulled pork barbecue. That's probably the best thing that I've ever cooked. Yeah, that's probably the best thing.
Right on.
I also made some carnitas on the Watchman Stove. And I mean, I did a lot of research on that. I tried to make it as traditional as I could. I used carnation instant milk and all kind of oranges and lard, all kind of stuff, and made carnitas, and it was phenomenal. So that was pretty good too.
Yeah,
The worst thing that I have cooked, I don't know that I've ever cooked anything that I just didn't eat. But it was probably some type of fish, because when you try to grill fish, if you don't do it on a cedar plank and you do it on the grill grates, you always run the risk of it sticking or something. And then when you go to flip it or anything like that, you got a disaster on your hands. So it was probably fish, I would say.
Right on, right on. All right. Kent, you ready to get work yet or what?
Oh, can I finish a drink? I can't work without drinking.
You get your morning coffee in. Are you ready to go?
It's against my religion.
Kent, you act like you just got here.
You need a break already. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
My favorite is buffalo hot ribs.
9:25 to 9:40 is my union break here. So, all right, you ready, Sandy?
Let's do it.
All right, Just 88 wants to know if you could cook with any famous YouTuber, who would it be, and what would you want to cook with them?
Oh, wow. Well, I guess everybody's definition of famous YouTuber is different, but and I'm going to try to actually get this done and do it. It'll require some traveling on my part, but I'd like to cook with Russ over at Smoky Ribs, and I want to do one of his crawfish boils. He does some phenomenal crawfish boils, and I do low country boils in my backyard, but his crawfish boils are out of this world, and I want to be a part of that. So I'm going to try to see if I can work that up.
That I think is a very good answer right there.
Yeah, I think better part of the people in this chat would like to be a part of that too.
Oh yeah, I'd go down to Louisiana for that.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Texas, but I've never had an invite to anybody I know in Texas to go see that. All right. Simple Man's Barbecue wants to know, Sandy, what's your favorite movie?
Oh man. Favorite movie. Well, there's a couple of my favorites. Three. I'll name three. First of all, A Few Good Men. Love that movie. Another one is Tin Cup. Love that movie. Love Tin Cup. When the first couple of notes of the movie, when it starts, comes on, I mean, I automatically know it's Tin Cup. And then what was the other one? I forget what the other one was. But A Few Good Men, definitely. Tin Cup. Oh, and Tombstone. Love Tombstone.
Tombstone's one I gotta watch every time it's on.
Yeah, love it.
Mike Tabor said Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club is awesome. The guy crawling through the ceiling telling the joke and you never hear the punchline. That's awesome. But I liked Tin Cup too, and they said, "Well, why do you call him Tin Cup?" And he says, "Because it's better than Clank."
That's right.
All right, Chef Joe invited me to his house, CJ, but Chef says they have standards over by where he lives, so I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. But all right, next question. Jason, Easy Bake Barbecue, one of our mods, wants to know, what is your go-to pork rub?
Go-to pork rub. If I don't just make something up myself, it has to be, for me, Meat Church honey hog. I could eat that honey hog with a spoon by itself. That stuff is amazing. I love that honey hog.
The Meat Church, what is it? The Gospel Rub?
The
Is that the
gospel.
name of it?
Yeah.
I actually gave that a bottle of each of those to my 2 pastors at church.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And they're sending me back pictures out by the grill and the smoker with them holding it, showing me that they're using it and stuff. And
Yeah, that's perfect.
so yeah, I bought it and never got to try it. Go figure. So, all right, last one I got, and this is the one that the boss man thought he had to be a jerk about. Jay at LeprakonTV wants to know, have you ever had a pickleback?
I have not. I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Isn't that whiskey and pickle juice?
Yeah, it's Jameson with a shot of Jameson with a shot of pickle juice.
I actually have heard of that. I didn't know what the name of it was, but that sounds pretty good.
Have you ever tried a cement mixer?
Yeah.
I love giving that to people as a joke. So it's like swallowing a mouthful of cottage cheese.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, but it's funny.
Phil Florence is in the house. He says hi to everybody.
Hey, Piff.
What's up, Phil?
Phil, we're going to be doing a giveaway here pretty soon. When I do my 5K giveaway, I will make sure you win at least one gift so you can get back on your winning track. Okay, you haven't won anything in a while, Phil. I want to make sure you get something. All right. All right. Mikey's in there from Man Meat Barbecue. How you doing, Mikey? The brisket turned out awesome today with your guys' new seasoning. I love it. Good stuff.
I thought it looked
your last question, right?
What's that?
I said you said that was your last question, right?
Yes, it was. And by the way, CJ, congrats on the 5K, man. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, brother.
I definitely couldn't do it without you, man, for sure.
And Big Lou hit 5K also overnight.
Yep, we hit 5K. We did it overnight. Like I said, I woke up to messages this morning. His was one of them. I think he took his picture at 5,002. I took mine at 5,001. So that was funny. Soul Food Cooking, how you guys doing? I saw you though earlier. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, I didn't wake you up with that text, did I?
No, I don't turn my freaking phone on. My phone, and I don't know about you guys, other YouTubers, but my phone lights up like a goddamn slot machine, like all damn night. All the freaking Facebook messengers, the comments on the YouTube videos, sports stuff, because I follow CNN or SI and ESPN and all that stuff. So if I left that thing on, I would never sleep for sure.
I thought about it after I sent it because I sent it like 7:30 this morning.
Right.
And after I hit send, I'm like, shit, that's 5:30 in California.
Yeah, well, I got one at 4:30 the other morning from somebody in a hat that shall remain nameless.
Well, about that. Yeah, Jason, I checked on him already. We're good. Sometimes Josh texts me at 2 a.m. That's funny. Mike Tabor, thank you. You were the one that pushed me over the top, I'm sure. So I appreciate you. I hope you enter the giveaway, and I hope you win something. Yeah, that was pretty funny there, Johnny Mags, when I had to do a little venting, So thank you, Julianne. I appreciate it. You're awesome. See here. Yeah, that was pretty damn funny, Johnny. You're the only one that's up that time. I was like, dude, that's so funny. All right, Kent, you're good, guys. If you have any more questions, make sure you put them to @Daddy Dutch. We're gonna try to
keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. All right. Let's see here. You're a rock star, CJ. Thanks a lot, Mikey. Let's see here. All right. 3 channels you watch. 1 big, 1 small, and 1 you think should be bigger.
Oh, man. That's tough. And I'm sure it'd be tough for any of you guys to answer that straight up. But 1 big, I mean, obviously, and I've said it before, Russ at Smoky Ribs. And I say him a lot because he really helped me out as far as advice goes when I first started my channel, because I had no idea what I was doing. Sometimes I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So Smoky Ribs, T. Roy Cooks, and Ballistic Barbecue. So those are three big ones as far as I'm concerned. A small one, Dogfather Barbecue. I've really started watching him lately. Great guy. Really, you can tell. And I hope people don't take this the wrong way, but there are guys that start channels and it just seems like they're not putting a whole lot of effort into it. You can tell when you watch one of Dogfather's videos that he is putting a lot of effort into it. He's put a lot of thought behind it and does a great job doing it. So small channel, Dogfather Barbecue's channel. And one channel that I think should be bigger. And this is a channel that I've watched probably since I started my channel. And it's a decent, I mean, it's pretty good sized channel as far as I'm concerned anyway. I haven't looked lately, but 25 or 30,000 subscribers. But he's been at it for a good while now. But I think it should be bigger because, like I say, he really puts forth the effort, his backdrops, his recipes even. And it used to be called, it's Kris, it used to be called Mother's Barbecue, but now it's called Get Out and Grill, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But he really puts forth a lot of effort. His videography is great. His recipes are great. And I'm not sure exactly why he hasn't climbed quicker, you know, in my opinion. And so I think his channel should be bigger than it is. So just because he really does a great job.
Right. I agree.
And so those are probably the three. There's a lot more that I could say, but you know, I'll just say those three.
All right, cool. Let's see here. Woodchuck, he's in the chat. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you being here. Love the sign you did for Josh and Babe. If you look in their new videos, Woodchuck, who's Zach, all the way from Texas, sent them a very cool sign of their logo. So that's awesome. Suburban Barbecue. We're pushing to get Suburban Barbecue to 200 subscribers before he puts out one stitch of content. I think he's already at like 160 or something like that. So when we get him to 200, he'll put out a video. So I'm excited to see that happen. I can't believe his his great rise. I can't afford that without doing a goddamn thing. So that's awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Woodchuck. I appreciate it. I'm next. I'm getting me a sign. Right on, brother. That's exciting. I dig it.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Great.
No, I meant congratulations. Sorry.
Oh, well, speaking of congratulations, King, congratulations on getting to 1,000 this week, brother.
Thanks, man. That's cool.
Congrats.
Very cool.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm happy about it. We don't have to worry about getting monetized for a while, but you know, that wasn't in the original plan anyway. So
that's all right. Lewis, I will talk to Kris. I'm trying to get him and Greg up here for the SoCal meetup. So maybe we could do kind of like a live hot seat thing. Daryl at Bad Beast Barbecue, how you doing, man? Dead Broke Barbecue, what's up, guys? Appreciate y'all being here. All right. So I'm thinking we're gonna get we're gonna get Kent probably doing a couple of these hot seats on his channel pretty soon. Just some watch hours. So
did you see what Woodchuck put in the comments?
Yeah,
you dirty devil.
SoCal meetup, exactly. All right. If you could cook with anybody in history, live or dead, who would you want to cook with, Sandy?
Man, that's tough. If I could cook with anybody, live or dead. Oh man, this is going to be probably a crazy answer. Nobody's going to know who he is, I doubt. This is a crazy answer, but in the Marine Corps, we always heard about and read about, learned about Chesty Puller, probably the greatest Marine of all time. And so I'd want to cook with him and see what he would have cooked and what he would have liked to cook. That'd been and told some good old war stories over a good long 8 or 10 hour cook. So probably Chesty Puller, I'm gonna say.
All right, cool. Let's see. Mammy Barbecue says he hears Mikey K is cool to cook with. Mikey K, come on out. Eastman Farm, am I up for the 25th? I am not sure yet. It's going to be a game time decision. Sorry, the 28th. It'll be a game time decision. So if I can do it, I'll do it. If I can't, I can't. But I definitely want to. So we'll see how it all works out, okay? Let's see here. Trying to see if I missed anything. All right, cool. All right. Not that we wish you any ill will or hope that you don't kill anybody, but what would your last meal be?
Oh, what would my last meal be? Man, that's a good question. I'd probably say, I guess, maybe some fried chicken. Good old fried chicken. I like fried chicken.
Smokey Joe said it, MRE.
Hey, let me tell you, an MRE, the cheese tortellini, great stuff. I used to trade all kind of stuff for some cheese tortellini. Great MRE.
I think you need to order one of those and put them on your channel. Put that.
That's a good idea. And actually, I mean, call me crazy, but I have actually looked up a whole case of MREs on Amazon. You can actually buy them on Amazon.
Well,
and,
you know that MRE videos are huge.
Really?
Yeah. There's a guy, a Russian hacker. I can't remember his name, but he's got 4 million subscribers just off of eating MREs from different parts of the world.
Well, I mean, you know, a good MRE is hard to beat sometimes, you know. And I mean, I grew up eating.
I've got the link and I'll send it to you. I saw him one time and he has a very heavy Russian accent, but he speaks English.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's I don't want to say train wreck worthy, but you can't take your eyes off of it, man. You just watch the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but I grew up, you know, my daddy, we'd go fishing or hunting, you know, and no matter where we went, he always had a can of potted meat and crackers and always had some Vienna sausages or some sardines. And so that was always a snack for me. So when we got to eating MREs, that was kind of a step up from a good can of potted meat. So no big deal.
Right on. Let's see here. Booger putting something in there. I'll let you read that before we get done. All right. So this is a question that Meathead or Meat Cranium gave us. Let's see here. Who would be on your personal Mount Rushmore? 4 people that you just love and admire and you'd like to put up on there and have for whatever.
My personal Mount Rushmore, obviously 2 would have to be my mom and daddy.
Right on.
That would probably be the first 2. Another one, probably good old Chesty. I'd like to see him up there on the old Mount Rushmore. And I would have to say go all the way back to old George Washington. I'd like to see him up there.
All right. Kent,
in my personal.
You got to make some noise, Kent.
Well, I wanted to do the, you know,
right.
what we normally do, but it was too late. It's all right.
Yeah. Usually when people are struggling to find their names for people on their Mount Rushmore, we'll do a little cough, you know, wife, you know, like that. So, because usually the wives are watching. So, or husbands, as it were. We've had plenty of females on there. All right, Mammy Barbecue, Mikey, take care, brother. I'll be posting the pictures later on. So very cool. All right, I have one more question, but I'm gonna give it to Kent real quick and let him say what he has to say.
Okay, the first thing Booger put in the chat is Chesty Puller was a Marine Lieutenant General. The senior officer served with distinction World War II in Korean and is the most decorated Marine in American history.
Very true. Very true. He actually, I think it was in one of the battles in Korea. They were outnumbered, several hundred, maybe 1,000. And they had actually gotten surrounded. And one of his lieutenants come up and said, sir, we're in bad shape. They've got us surrounded. And he said, good, we've got them right where we want them. Now we can shoot in any direction and we can kill them. And they actually got out of there. He got them out of there alive. And so that was one of his claims to fame right there. So really good. Really good Marine.
Cool. Got him right where we want him. I love that. It's all about the attitude, right?
That's it.
And right now, CJ has an attitude with Josh, I see. So that's awesome. All right. Mike Tabar wants to know, will you finally try some tacos al pastor in Mexico this summer?
We're going to do it. We've got 3 weeks, and we head to Isla Mujeres, right off the coast of Cancun. We went last year and had a great time, and so this year I'm going to try to do some live type streams from Isla Mujeres this year, and I want to hunt down some legitimate, real deal al pastor and do a live stream with it. So that's my goal when we go over there.
Perfect. All right. I don't think CJ saw this in the chat, but stop, Joe. I'm doing the best I can. I'm a white guy from Iowa. Give me a break. Deep Sea Barbecue has a question.
Was he really in there? Or are you just pulling your ass?
Sandy, what is your favorite video of CJ's?
What is my favorite video of CJ's? That's a good question.
He's all, hold on real quick. Let me type it in. Let me pull up his channel real quick.
Sandy, you really don't have to answer that, but Deep Sea Barbecue used to have this question that CJ hated. And I thought, since I was here late, I'll make the night special for CJ and watch him squirm a little bit just when I said the channel name.
No, there was one cook that I watched. It's been a while back, 7 or 8 months ago, and CJ was actually in his kitchen doing, and I thought he really did a really good job, because it was filmed really well, and I thought, and he reminded me that I need to do a better job of the way that I film videos, thinking about shots a little bit better, and the lighting was really good in that video. And I've tried to do that a little bit better. But again, when you're filming, and CJ, I don't know what you film with.
Right here, brother.
Well, that's what I'm filming with.
The camera, I had a Canon a while back, and it took a dive on me, and I just haven't had the funds or the motivation to get a new one, especially since my phone is shooting 1080p. So.
And a lot of people buy lighting and stuff like that, and so I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got lights that I bought from Ace Hardware, and
right on.
I've still got my 7 Plus, but I would like to improve in that area with the camera stuff and with the lighting and stuff like that. And I feel like that's where I struggle with my videos.
Right on. I think once you get the audio down, like you have your lapel mic, I have one too. I think the audio is key.
Yeah.
and some of the other, YouTube channels could, or comment on that. But if you can't hear them or you got an echo, that's the toughest part to watch. The lighting, you could cook outside. You'll be fine with that. You can always use your phone, but the sound, it needs to come across. I think sound is most important. All right, Kent, go ahead, buddy.
That is all I have. I had something I was going to say to Sandy, but I forgot to write it down, and I forget what the hell it is. Oh, I know what I was going to say. My favorite video of CJ's is still that hangover video he did. That's still, I can watch that twice a week and just laugh my ass off.
Yeah, I even recut it and did some edits on it and re-released it again, hoping to get some traction on that. Kent, I was always talking about it, so I tried. It's got more views than it had, a year ago, but it's still not taking off. But I had a great time with it. I wasn't hungover, obviously. I was, trying to act, and luckily, I've been hungover many times in my day, so I was able to act my way through a hangover video. So
the key word was trying to act.
Trying.
Kind of like how he's going to be working tomorrow.
I worked all day long today. It was
you lying SOB.
I worked. I was answering emails, taking phone calls, looking at brisket. I was just doing some stuff today. All right.
You come hang with me for a day, and you'll be back to high school playing weight. I'm telling you.
Oh no way! I can't be doing that manual labor stuff. I'm too sensitive. Yeah, I was cooking on a brisket today. CJ needs to work on his method acting. Thanks. All right, my last question for you, Sandy, is who would you like to see on the hot seat?
There's a couple of cool guys that have just started channels, and maybe and they may have already been on the hot seat, but I think being on the hot seat might help them out a little bit. And have y'all had Joe's Barbecue House on the hot seat?
No.
Really cool channel. Joe's Barbecue House, a really good dude, and we've conversed back and forth a little bit, and really trying to do a good job with his channel, and could probably use some encouragement as far as that goes. Doing a good job. But Joe's Barbecue House, I think, will be pretty cool. And also Rick's Barbecue in Blackstone.
Yeah, he is actually scheduled in August, I believe.
Yeah, he looks like a cool dude. But check out Joe's Barbecue House.
All right,
Joe's BBQ House.
Sandy, if you actually have a conversation with him, ask him to hit me up on Facebook.
I'll do it.
Just so I could, have some kind of way, or Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, I'm pretty readily available.
Yeah.
But I don't have subscriber count to be on the channel or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you have 100 and you're cool to talk to, you'll be on. If you have 100,000, you're cool to talk to, you'll be on. So it's just one of those things that what, Kent? 200? Oh, you were Kent, when he got on the hot seat, Hobo made him come on before he even really started the channel. He had 2 subscribers.
I had Hobo Nichol BBQ and Mrs. Dutch.
There you go.
That was it.
Well, I think my first 5 were all family members. So.
Oh, definitely. All right, Blue Smoke. I think I scheduled you for December. Blue Smoke, hit me up. I had to schedule someone in October. Why am I scheduling? I'm not scheduling after December, but Blue Smoke, Parker, get a hold of me, dude. Let's see here. As far as the SoCal meetup, I see that kind of going through in the chat. I'm trying to find a way to the end of August or maybe end of September. I don't know. We're trying to work out different dates, but it's tough to get everybody in the same spot. But it would be at my house probably. All right. that's it. Johnny Mags, you got anything to say to people?
What was
Johnny
that?
Maggs is asleep at the wheel.
We're wrapping this up here, Johnny. You want to say hi or bye?
Sandy, it was a pleasure. CJ, thank you for calling me, and I glad I could help out. And Sandy, thank you for your service, brother. Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right, Kent.
Johnny, thanks for helping out tonight, stepping in. Really appreciate it, brother. Sandy, sorry I couldn't be here from the beginning, but, you know, daddy duties calls. And I'm one of the coaches on the baseball team, so I kind of got to be there. So great job tonight. As always, I will watch a replay tomorrow. I did pop in a couple times in between innings at the game until I got yelled at, but it's all right. So great job, Sandy. CJ,
Appreciate
you were
brother.
adequate. CJ, you were adequate as always.
As always. Sandy, would you like to say anything on your way out, buddy?
Everybody that showed up tonight, I want to thank you. This hot seat wouldn't be the same without all of you guys showing up. So I want to thank you guys. CJ, Kent, Johnny, thank you guys for having me. It was an honor to be on here. And I appreciate it thoroughly. Thank you very much.
All right. Sandy, thank you. I really appreciate you being on. Thanks to Johnny Mags, who I literally called 15 minutes before we got started. So really, much love, Johnny. You're the governor, man. I appreciate you. Kent, thank you for coming by. I mean, you know, I know, hey, we will always say it, families first. So
Yep.
we we want to be with our kids. We want to do our thing. So it's all good in the hood. At least we know we got backup now with Johnny Mags if the kids ever have stuff going on. So
Yep,
thank
definitely.
you so much, guys. Everybody in the chat, my moderators, thank you guys. I truly appreciate all the love you guys give us and all the support you show us. It's insane. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I'm going to put the Hangout link that we're on in the chat right now. Don't jump on until we jump off, please. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much, really, from the bottom of my heart. And for all the super shots, good stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Makes our Thursday nights a whole lot more interesting, especially after the fourth or fifth shot. So, Smokey Joe's Pit Barbecue, you'll be a moderator at some point. I just need to, kick somebody off. So next time Josh and Babe decides to put a Trump comment in there, the wrench goes away and goes to you. All right, Smokey Joe? Good stuff. All right. Tommy from Gallery Backyard Barbecue is going to be on next Thursday. Kent owes some shots, according to Hobo. We'll get that on the after party. All right, guys.
There you go, Hobo.
There you go, Hobo. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll see you next Thursday. Have a great weekend, everybody.